Hello again. This is going to be a video describing some rolling techniques for runners, particularly those that have some tight hips. There's going to be a number of different things we're going to focus on, but one thing that works out pretty well is a focused, what I'd call a press release through a few regions. So we're going to work on the glute med rolling, and we're going to work on the hamstrings rolling today. So those are going to be the two techniques for this video. If you have questions after, feel free to email or call me. So what we're going to do, with rolling, I typically recommend a prior to activity 2 minutes. So break that down into 30-second durations, and you're going to switch and perform it a minute on each side. So a minute on this side and a minute on this side for both of the motions I'm going to show. With this tennis ball, we're going to find an area of dysfunction, which is going to be painful. And then what we're going to do is perform a motion through it. So you're going to compress, and then you're going to perform a motion to create a release. So working on the glute med, if you find your hip bone in the front, you're going to go about an inch backwards from that, and then you're going to start to travel down about 3 inches or so. And then you're going to work into this area just below this pointy area you might find on your hip. You're gonna work in this region here. So what we're gonna do in that area is I'm gonna create a compression with the ball on my side, and I'm gonna find a spot that feels a little tender for me, right about there. And what I'm gonna do from there, my upside leg is gonna be my stabilizing leg, so it's gonna be heel down as best as I possibly can. And then this affected leg that I'm compressing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to bring my knee up towards my body, creating a great release through that area that was already tender. And believe me, when you start to bring that motion into it, it makes it a little bit spicier. So vary this to your own tolerance. And like I said, spend about 30 seconds and then switch legs. So in addition to creating this upward movement with my knee, I can also create some rotation. So I can come up and kind of drag my heel down towards the floor, or I can come up and drag my heel up towards my opposite leg. So you see all those variations. Just keep performing those slow and controlled through that 30-second duration. So that could be performed on both legs. Like I said, it should be a minute, so break it down into 2 sets of 30. So the second part of this is a hamstring release. This could be performed on like a wooden box or chair, ideally, but it can also be performed on the floor, and since that's all I have here today, that's what we're going to work on. So with this one, what you want to do, the hamstring is actually a bicep, so it's divided into 2 heads, and what you're going to do is kind of go into the inside of your knee and then go upwards and outwards, and you're going to find both heads. So you're going to find a point where they kind of connect. That's going to be probably the ideal point for you right now. You're going to take that ball, and you're going to press right down into the area, going upwards towards your buttocks, and you're going to look for a sore spot. So for me, right about there. And with this one, what you're going to do is just drag upwards towards your butt as you perform this. So going upwards towards the glute, kind of wiggling the heel in and out. The toe in and out as I do this is ideal. Here, let me get a better view here. So, finding that border where the 2 connect, I'm really compressing down in that area, kind of extending my knee up as I do this. I'm extending my toe up, and then going up towards the glute, rolling that ball. Once again, I'm performing about 30 seconds. And as you can see, I can also find a really good spot and kind of rotate that foot in and out as I do that. So 30 seconds on one leg, then switch, then go back and do that a second time. Hope this helps, and if you have any questions, email or call.